All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the special meeting dated Monday, January 13th, 2020 at 6 p.m. John, for Catherine Caldwell.
Trustee Lino.
Here.
Trustee Sella.
Here.
Trustee Wood. Trustee Mahoney. Trustee Andreessen.
Here.
Trustee Coonsey.
Here.
President Miller.
Here, if you could rise and join me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. That takes us to public comment on agenda items. Is there anybody that wants to comment on an agenda item? Anybody? No? Okay. That moves us right on to the consent agenda. We have quite a few things. We have 4 items. Any trustee have anything you want to add or delete from the consent agenda? Saying none, take a motion to approve the consent agenda. Anyone? John Paul?
I'll do it. Motion, read all of them. Motion to approve special village board meeting minutes dated December 9th, 2019. Motion to vote, Kathy. Motion to approve regular village board meeting minutes dated December 16th, 2019. Motion to approve a resolution approving a reciprocal agreement on exchange of information between the Village of East Dundee and the Illinois Department of Revenue. Motion to approve an ordinance amending section 35.16 of the Village of East Dundee Village Code regarding the imposition of a municipal cannabis retailer's occupation tax. And E, motion authorizing the village to approve the St. Patrick's Day fireworks on Saturday, March 7th, 2020, the St. Patrick's Day 5K race and walk and parade on Saturday, March 14th, 2020, and costs related to public works and police services as presented and subject to recommended conditions.
Second.
Very good.
Trustee Lino.
Yes.
Trustee Sella.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney. Yes. Trustee Andreessen.
Yes.
Trustee Coonsey.
Yes.
Okay. Got no old business. That takes us to new business. And the first thing we have here is the proclamation for Piece of Cake Bakery. I have that in front of me here. And I will read this thing in its entirety because this is an important event here. This is a proclamation for Piece of Cake Bakery's 25th anniversary, honoring Roger and Diane Ahrens, who are in the audience for all of us. Excuse me. This is a lengthy one here. Whereas Roger and Diane Ahrens opened Piece of Cake Bakery on December 14th, 1994, and whereas prior to opening the bakery, Diane spent 4 seasons selling her homemade goods at the Depot Farmers Market. And whereas Roger and Diane are both Marine Corps veterans and have always had a desire to help members of the military and found a way to combine baking and their love for veterans. And whereas since 2004, the duo has been sending boxes of cookies and baked goods monthly to troops stationed all over the world, an initiative they call Operation Sweet Tooth. And whereas Diane is a member of the Dundee VFW Post 2298 Ladies Auxiliary, having once held the position of president, and has assisted in a variety of projects, including collecting basic needs for veterans, entering housing assistance programs, and throwing an annual baby shower for expectant veteran mothers. And whereas Diane's extraordinary dedication and labor of love to the community has earned her recipient of the 2016 Tom McNamee Citizen of the Year Award and 2017 Northern Kane County Chamber Community Service Award. And whereas Roger, also having a strong devotion to the community, held a seat on the East Dundee Village Board as trustee from 1996 to 2001, and then as village president from 2001 to 2005. And whereas Piece of Cake Bakery and the Ahrens have been a staple in this community for 2.5 decades, and whereas after making countless confections for weddings, funerals, baby showers, birthdays, graduations, and other celebrations, the Ahrens feel it is time to hang up the apron. And whereas Roger and Diane have made the bittersweet decision to retire the bakery business and take time to focus on family, health, and their continued initiative of Operation Sweet Tooth. Now therefore I, Lyle Miller, as village president of the Village of East Dundee, in recognition of Piece of Cake's 25 years of service, do hereby proclaim December 14th, 2019 as Piece of Cake Day in the Village of East Dundee. That's a lot of words, but we mean all of it. You've done so much for this village, both of you.
Start getting overwhelmed.
She did the Get a picture?
Next time, don't count so much as the quicker proclamations.
We'll do this. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Thank all of you.
Thank you, Roger.
It's been an honor, it really has been a great run. So. It's been a good year. Really been a good year.
You guys enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, that takes us to item B. We can have a motion.
Make a motion to approve a resolution accepting public information related to the 811 East Main Street Apartments development.
We're good, we have a second.
Second.
Any discussion on this?
This is largely just housekeeping, correct?
Release of the bond, yeah.
Releasing the bond they have.
Joseph, it's okay.
How long is the remaining bond then? For the 36,000 remaining?
15 months.
Just a quick note that you might want to add under the third whereas sanitary sewer and water main improvements. Just to fill in the blank.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Sanitary sewer and water main
Oh.
improvements.
Thank you. In the blank line that didn't get filled out. Thank you.
When you don't amend the motion?
I maintain my second few minutes.
Yeah, you can just amend it with the, as stated by Joe.
I'll amend my motion then to
We have an amended motion and an amended second. Okay, any other discussion? Catherine?
Trustee Lina?
yes.
Trustee Sel?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Andreessen?
Yes.
Trustee Quincy?
Yes.
All right, you have the warrants list in your packet. I have no report this evening. We'll turn on the board. Let's go this way, Mr. Quincy.
I did have one topic I wanted to talk about. I noticed in George's, he's not here, but he made his last police report, he noted that Gat Guns had a bullet escape the building and shoot some cars. And, I mean, it seems like we're gonna find music factory next door for letting their music get out of the building, and the bullets are a lot more dangerous than the music. Maybe we should at least demand that they submit to inspection or something, to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Somebody could have got killed.
Fair enough. Yeah, was it a door that was open?
He had written something, I meant to ask him about, there was a piece that was out of place or something, it was worded a little strange, so I didn't really understand why it would have happened, but it seems really strange.
Let's have him follow up and give the board specific information on that so we're all clear what happened. And then the other question I guess we would have to look into is that something that is, do we have an ordinance for something that would put that on our, we have a list of different fees and charges that we can.
I mean, I'm not even saying we should find them, but at least very much, at the very least, I think they should open to inspection to
Okay.
make sure that this is, you know,
Yeah,
taken
that's,
care
you're
of.
right, I mean, this is a serious offense, I'm just
It's
wondering.
probably past the point now where we can find them, I would imagine, because.
I'm not, I agree with you, I'm not necessarily looking at a fine, I'm just saying, is there something that we should do to have stricter review of something like this? So we can take a look at putting something in place. Good point.
Rules and regulations
Right.
at that facility specifically.
Well, you know, I would make it for any indoor shooting range.
Yeah, exactly, that type of facility,
Correct.
excuse me. Yeah.
Correct. And then is there something where we want to assess a fine or a warning or something if in fact that occurs or something? don't know, we have to take a look at that, but we can do that. So, yeah, good. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Trustee Lemon?
No report other than to ask if anybody, or if you know what the status of the manor is. I've had a number of people contact me with that. And then word was that they were gonna be open under old management, word is that it's stalled, so, do we know anything?
All I know right now is, the current, previous owner who owned the manor maintained ownership of the building. There was a lease arrangement for the new owner of the manor, and now the owner of the building is just finalizing, some transactions with the new owner that went out of business. And is considering reopening, but we did get a call from another restaurant that's interested in opening there. And previously, they had looked at redeveloping the site. They had a broker that was looking into that at that point. So I think what they're trying to do is settle with the restaurant owner that went out of business before they make a decision. But there at least is one other restaurant interested right now, so hopefully.
Trustee Mahoney?
Unfortunately, Bill and the chief aren't here tonight, but I was reading on social media about the pond overflowing south of Dundee on Ashland Avenue. Apparently a car, and so it's going over into the road, and it's iced over. It's been that way for a couple of weeks. There are barricades
Talking
up.
about on the corner of Bonnie Dundee and Ashland.
Yeah. So there's barricades up there, but apparently there was an accident. I don't know if that's true or not. It was just on social media. But based on the lack of specific need for that little stretch of road, I'm wondering if we should be putting up a no through traffic, local traffic only, maybe south of Bonnie Dundee and between that and Lake Shore. There's there's two houses that access, but they also have driveways from other areas. Because that pond has been rising and rising because the water table is so high, and I don't see anything happening to that changing. Maybe you would know, Joe, until at least, well after spring and the snow thaws and everything else start to settle back down. But the water table in that area is really, really high, and historically high right now, and we might need to look at something longer term, a longer term solution for that.
So let's see if that's something where we need to temporarily close that down, and let's find out if they have a plan for that, because you're right, I've driven by it every day, and it's overflowing its banks, and I don't know what they can do, because you can't really pump out all that water.
Right.
Well, you could, or you could pump it down to a certain amount. And
Right.
the other thing is put some kind of a temporary barricade up there.
And that property is privately owned, that's not village property.
Yeah,
so-
but you also have to consider that from the edge of the road, there's probably an easement that goes
Mhm,
about
yeah.
10 or 15 feet.
Which, yes,
So I don't think anybody would have a problem with us doing that.
right.
So let's just find out, they may already have a solution that they've talked
Sure.
about, and just not been able to implement.
Right. It's just been really concerning.
And that could be one thing too, where somebody slid and created the ditch that brought the water as opposed to the other way around.
It's not unheard of in that.
Correct.
area.
Yes, it is. Okay, good, thank you.
That's
Good.
it.
No report.
Trustee Sutton.
Nice job of staff getting the community events calendar out already. Quite impressive.
Good. All right, just for the record, I forgot to let everybody know that Trustee Wood is not here tonight because she's out of town on business. For the record. Okay, village administrator.
I did want to mention, I don't anticipate having another village board meeting this month unless there's something pressing. We do have a holiday next Monday, is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so we probably wouldn't have one. So unless there's something pressing, we won't have one on the 27th. We are working on the community events meeting with the vendors. And do we have a tentative date on that yet or not? Not yet, because we are soliciting their availability first, but we are working on that. Also, I wanted to make sure that you have noticed that the Plan Commission meeting will be on a Wednesday, February 5th, due to availability of location. It's going to be held at the Dundee Township Senior Center just because of the anticipated attendance for the meeting, so.
Do the time on it?
6 o'clock. Right.
6 o'clock February
6 o'clock, February 5th.
Okay.
So, that's all I have, thank you.
Okay, good. Village attorney,
No report.
village engineer, no report. Anybody else? No? Everybody else is not here, so we will move on to public comment for anybody for anything. Yes, sir.
Respected sir and respected men, my name is Jay. I'm Jay Pastakia. I'm a local businessman since 1999 and a very successful businessman in East Dundee since 1999 because of local government. Village of East Dundee, village of the fire department, police department, all the corporation. I was very successful. Last 2-3 years, we have been struggling big time. The reason is our East Dundee money is going to West Dundee and Carbon. The reason the KC is open, obviously Speedway and Shell is keep bothering us every day, daily. But on top of that, KC is open. The KC November, they were losing 30 cents a gallon. My sales went down 2,000 gallons to 800 gallons only a day. It's very difficult to survive not only gas but inside we are down 9% whole year, and it's keep growing. Now I'm worried about the Speedway is coming pretty soon in East Dundee. So they're all trying to kill the small businessman. And I'm a businessman since 1999, and there are new people. The new businesses keep coming. In order to survive, we have to have a multiple income or multiple revenue or multiple business. You know, we are selling obviously beer, wine and liquor, cigarettes, pop, and bait also. But I can show you my financial situation very badly, especially 2019. And if I ask customers, say, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time, then they say, no, your gas price is too high because I cannot afford the 30 cents. Losing 30 cents a gallon, 12,000 gallons they are selling a day. So they are losing 30, they can afford to lose $3,600 a day, but I cannot afford it. You know, I have to do the payroll, all utilities, insurance, everything. So my recommendation, I applied once before, and somehow you guys denied it. But I closed the Subway because Subway didn't make it. So I have a space for gaming machine. I'm requesting you, please help me. You know, in order to survive. One day will come, I have to close the store. Because right now, my situation is getting worse and worse every year. Even though this morning, one of the vendor came and he said, you are 18% down than last year. And I know because I'm not getting enough traffic. And look at my building. In 1999, I hope you remember, there was a junk area. Old cars been sitting there and oil everywhere. I clean it. I spent the money that time, $300,000 to clean the entire parking spot, building and everything. And I'm not saying that I was success during that time, even though right now I'm surviving. But later on, what am I going to do? You know, I have to have multiple. I think I explained you everything. I hope village you guys can realize, and if you guys can give me the gaming machine license.
Do you think that the gaming would, I guess there's a couple of questions. First of all, I don't know how long they're going to continue to drop their prices. Is it just a loss leader for them, or they make their money off of other things? Is this a temporary thing?
For the gas price?
Yeah,
The gas price today I checked, they are losing 2 cents.
okay.
Today, I check every day.
Yeah.
The 6 o'clock, the Opus price change, oil price change, 6 o'clock every evening. So before I come here, I check the price, they are losing 2 cents. Shell, Speedway, and the cases. But I cannot afford to lose 2 cents either.
But I guess my question is, as their business, are they doing that as a loss leader just to get people in and they'll
That's
make it,
correct.
they make
That's
it up on other things?
Yes, that's correct.
So they will continue?
Because, see, case is new, they change the price and Speedway and Shell follow them. Because they don't want them to go there, their regular customer. But our East Dundee customer, they go there, to West Dundee. That's what I feel like, East Dundee money is going to West Dundee and Dundee.
Do you think that the gaming, let's say all things were equal, do you think that the gaming would increase your revenues to make up for that?
Of course, little bit helps. So let's say one customer went to the East Dundee Shell gas station, and he came to my gas station after a long time, and I said, I haven't seen you long. Said, they have a game machine, they serve beer also, and they serve cigarette also. So why would I come here? I just go there and, enjoy my life there. So I don't have an answer. So our local customers that I established myself since 1990, they are going away. They are going away for small things.
So I guess the question I have to ask you is, and I don't know the answer to this, is if you have gaming machines in there, but your gas prices were still higher,
People just wants to come for the game machines. Gas price is different, completely separate businesses. But because of the gas business, they don't come inside and buy small things like soda or beer or cigarettes, lighters. They cannot buy it. They just go there because gas price is cheaper. The game is different also.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see, because again, for people around the board, when it came up before last time, I was a supporter of gaming machines. It would be interesting, because again, I do remember what it looked like before you got there. It was Sanford and Son that they had a really bad day. And again, I know there's concerns about, gaming machines, but I mean, let's be honest, the numbers are out, we're the second highest density in the state of Illinois, right? I mean, one more is not gonna make or break us. But if it does help a small business survive, and actually, if it keeps gas taxes staying in East Dundee rather than going to West Dundee, I mean, there might be a kind of a cumulative effect, I don't know, I'm just putting that for conversation. But it would be interesting to see, and the numbers are publicly available, what the gaming numbers have done at some of the gas stations around the area. Like if you see kind of an uptick in their numbers and a downtick in his numbers, that's simultaneous. I know there's a lot of other factors at play. Be interested to see if there is, the correlation that he's talking about. I mean, I don't know, I'm just saying.
I remember-
Report discussion.
I remember looking at the numbers, and the number one revenue generator was that Shell. They're the number one, I mean, it was big money, so I'd be up for you having machines.
all right, well, let's,
I think just one concern I would have is that corner is so, part of the reason that I voted against it last time was because this is, meant in East Dundee for truck stops. So where there's more parking area, there's more space, there's for people that are gaming as well as people that are getting their gas in and out. And I've gotten gas there a couple times, and it's a challenging corner, and it's a very tight space. So my concern would be is if games go in there, are you then going to be blocking people out and being too congested to have people coming and get gas because there's cars there? Do you have areas for a couple extra slots, parking spots behind or to the side of the building? I'm having a hard time visualizing it. That's if somebody wanted to partake of a gaming machine, that they could park there and people could still get in and out and access the gas pumps.
Well, there'd be plenty of parking if they went out of business.
I think the answer to that is probably
I mean, seriously.
they did have the subway there before, which was going to take need as much parking as the gaming machines would,
And there,
Understand?
we created parking spot right across the street from Dundee Party. The whole line is empty, always. Only at night.
Well, I think parking is probably a moot point if the state is going to restrict gaming within a certain distance of a church or a school. So I think what we need to find out is what the state is doing to us first before we're trying to address the parking issue. Do you have any restrictions that way? I mean,
If they allow them, they got games right next door though.
Yeah.
They got it right at Benito's.
Yeah, they already have a liquor license, so the regulations fall under liquor license. This would just be a different type of liquor license. So when we visited this last time, the consideration is that we have to give them a consumption liquor license, almost as if they were operating a small bar or tavern. So that's the only way around the state law, since they do not meet the criteria to be considered a truck stop because they do not have the land area required. They must have a consumption license. So they do have a liquor license already, they would just have a different type of liquor license. But we can bring this back if you would like to, with that consideration, whether or not to grant a consumption liquor license. We also might want to talk about this further because there is, with Thornton's strategizing the way they did in East Dundee to acquire additional land, there has been some visibility put on them right now in another community that they're working on to try to get video gaming by expanding their area. This is becoming more visual, and there's some attention that's being drawn to it right now. And so I'm not sure where that's going to go, but it is becoming more visible of what Thornton's is doing, and which is not dissimilar to what you're requesting. Is basically finding loopholes in the law to acquire gaming. And what I'm saying is, it's been in the newspaper recently that the state is becoming aware that there is this maneuvering around the law for video gaming. I'm not saying it's going to become an issue, but it has been in the paper recently. So if we bring this back, we'll bring this back with these discussion points, and then we can discuss it again and vote on it again if that's what you want.
So we'll bring it back up, we'll do some homework here, bring it back up for discussion, and I'll let you know
Please do,
where we are.
please consider.
Yep,
Thank you.
and we will.
Thank you all. Thank
We
you.
will.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Enjoy your vacation if I don't see you.
Yes, thank you.
Say hi to the sunshine for me. I miss it.
You'll see it in May.
Yeah. All right, we have nothing left here, so there's no executive session, unfortunately. I'm gonna need a motion to adjourn.
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
All right, guys.
you know, the question I have maybe some other,
Yeah.
the property zoning commission